Today we will be doing a mini story time. I couldn't sleep. It's kind of late at night. Honestly, it's like almost midnight. But I couldn't sleep and I told you guys I would be filming more. So that's what we're doing. We're doing a story time on how I got a chemical pink eye. So if you guys want to know my eyelash extension nightmare stories, then just keep watching. Before we get started, and to all my new subscribers, thank you guys so much. I love seeing this channel build and grow, so continue to do that. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you like me and give it a thumbs up, as well as follow me on my social media platforms at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at HIii Beauty, just like the channel, except Twitter has _XO in it. I don't have any makeup on, so excuse that, but I'm trying to heal this eye and I don't want like makeup residues, anything. I just want a clean face so that this eye can heal like completely and fully. But enough blabbing, let's go on to my horrendous story time on my eyelash extension nightmare. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my story first. Before I get into like how I cured it and what you guys should like be warned about and stuff like that. I know it is partially my fault. I reached out to this girl who recently got certified. She got certified to do eyelash extensions like a couple weeks ago, so obviously not that experienced. I saw a Facebook post she needed models for eyelash extensions, and I was like, hey, you know, like good for her, like she can practice on me and I can get free eyelashes, like it's a win-win. So I messaged, like private messaged her, and you know, I was like chosen because she was only picking like 5 people from the post, and it was supposed to be done the following Sunday. So the following Sunday was last Sunday. So she, we booked it the afternoon. She came around like 1 or 2 last Sunday, and she put them on. Now, I would say she was very good with sanitation. She sanitized everything, my eyelashes, her equipment, her hands, everything was sanitized. So I was like, okay, it's looking good. Like, she's, you know, at least clean. It started to be, when she did my right eye, it was really good. It was, like, spot on. It was, you know, no irritation. She got it on within, like, an hour. So it's a little longer, but she is new, so, she did say the appointment usually takes like 2 to 3 hours, just depending. But she did the first eye. It was pretty good. It did irritate a little bit, but she said just make sure you keep your eyes shut because the glue can like sting. So just make sure my eyes were shut. So that was fine. This was fine. This eye was okay, whatever. And then when she moved on to this eye, halfway through it, I just felt my eye burning. And I know, like, she's just like, don't open them. And I'm like, I'm not opening them. Like, it's burning, though. Like, my eye was, like, on fire. And it's still a little red. And it's kind of like my eyes are kind of, like, oddly shaped right now because it's not completely healed, this eye. So that's why it's been taking, like, forever to film this video because the bright lights was really irritating this eye. So I just wanted it healed enough to where it wouldn't like bother it so I can film this video for you guys. Now I have noticed a significant difference in the redness, and the swelling went down after like 2 days of like treatment. But it was just really irritating, but you know, dumb me, I was just like, you know, whatever, she's a professional, of course, maybe I did open my eye, maybe that's why it's burning, or I am sensitive, like she said, oh, you could be sensitive to the glue. But she didn't remove it, so I was confused. But I was just like, okay, whatever, let me just sleep on it. So, I woke up the next day, this eye completely swollen. My mom was freaking out. When my mom saw it, she's like, oh my God, you better go to a doctor. Like, what is wrong with her? What did she do to your eye? Like, my mom is, like, scary, like, freaking out. And so I had to take them off first, so I looked up like home things to do, like to take them off, to remove them, because the girl that got certified, I'm not going to use names just because like I'm not trying to start drama, it's just my experience with it. She got certified a few weeks ago, but she was still in like beauty school, so I knew like her scheduling because we used to go to the same school. So I was like, oh, she's probably in school, you know, I need to do this myself because I can't wait any longer. So that morning I looked, it was like a lot of steam and olive oil, and that worked to get most of it off. It's just my eye. This eye was completely like swollen and irritated, so I didn't want to do anything else that would like hurt it. So I actually had to look up like an eyelash technician to like physically remove it. So I had to pay money for that, and when I went in, they immediately saw my eye and they're like, oh my god, is that like allergic reaction to anything? And I was like, I don't know, you know, I know it burns really bad and I know that I need them off and I really want to go to a doctor after this. So when she took them off, it was just like she's closed my eyes and she put like a cream gel and then they just came off, which was great. It didn't hurt, it was super fast, it took like 15 minutes. But there was a couple hairs that were in here that she said wouldn't come off, so she would physically like tweeze the bonds apart with a tweezer, so I had to lay down and like she would like tweeze them for me. And when she was doing that, she said, I think the problem with them is the technician that did your eyelashes did them too close to your actual like waterline lash line, because I have fairly long lashes but they go down, so they're like, if you put like eyelashes real up right there, like when I blink, I can feel like a stabbing pain, and that's what I was trying to tell her. Like when I blinked, especially this eye wasn't that bad. It was red a little bit on the corners, but this eye was like taking all the beating. Like it hurt so bad. But she basically was like, yeah, the lash tech just did it too close to your eye. She got glue in your eye. She was like seeing like pieces of dry glue like in the corners and on the outside, and that was irritating my eye a lot. And she was like, yeah, I would definitely check like with a doctor for that. So I definitely did. The doctor told me that it looked scary, but it wasn't permanent, which thank God, I was so happy for the doctor. Just basically like examined my eye and had to flush my eyes out. And when he was examining it, it didn't reach my pupils, which that means, because my eyesight and everything was fine, I was just in a lot of pain. So he's like, well, that's good, it didn't reach your pupils, so, you know, it didn't do any permanent damage. So I was like, thank God. And he did give me like eye drops and an eye cream that I had to do 4 times each a day, so 8 total throughout the day, and that's what helps with the redness. But he said that the whites of my eyes, since every time I closed it, like the eyelash would like poke my eye, that's why my eye itself was swollen, and that's why it kind of hurt to blink, because my eye was like too big for the socket, if that makes sense. I know this sounds like real scary, but as you can see, it's not like, it's still red and kind of yellow, but it's not as bad. So if you guys are scared like I was, like, I just go to your doctor, they'll reassure you. It's nothing like severe. It is something because it's your eye, but it's nothing like too crazy. And the doctor did say it will heal more than 2 weeks. He said if it's not done by 1 week, we're going to do like an eye checkup, and then by 2 weeks it should be completely gone. Just want to make sure your eye is okay and doing everything it should. Basically, I'll show you guys what they gave me. They gave me like a sterile solution eye drop, which is like kind of saline eye drops. You can get them at the drugstore. This is just stronger, but he did tell me like if I ran out of this, because he did give like, they prescribe you a little bottle. I ran out of this, next week I can just buy like over the counter like saline eye drops and it'll do the same thing. Just my eyes were just so severely chemical burned, because he did say it was chemical pink eye, which is basically like chemical burns on your eye. So that's why I would recommend going to a doctor first, not just like washing it out to yourself, because these are stronger than over the counter. But now that my eye got like a lot better, I can use the over the counter ones. And then the ointment is like a cream paste. This is really hard. I actually have to ask someone to do this for me like every time, like my dad or my cousin or something, because it's really hard to get into your eye. Like you kind of have to open your eye and physically like put the cream in there and blink a couple times. This will blur your vision out for like a few hours, only just because it's a cream. It's like thicky, like it's not a super thick consistency, but it's like thicker than eye drops. Obviously it's like water, and this is like actual like cream, so it will blind your eyes for a little. So I couldn't do like a lot of driving or anything, or if I did, I try to like get a bandana to cover to use like my good eye. But yeah, these two really, that's all I really did. And then also I would take, every night I would just take a Q-tip with like warm water and just clean like around my eyes, just to make sure like everything goes well, because you will have drainage, which is basically just like your eyes watering a lot. Like I had a lot of like drainage, and that's just basically your eyes self-defense, if you will. Like it's trying to like help you, like, you know, take all the bad things out of your eye. But I do take partial blame, because obviously she wasn't that certified. But you should definitely do your research even before like getting it done with a like person who's been doing it for years, because you know, this is your eye. You want to make sure there's nothing like permanently damaging to it. I got lucky. I know like chemical pink eye isn't lucky, but I got lucky to where it was just like discoloration and discomfort for a few days. Like the swelling went down after I started taking the ointment after like 3 days, which then I could start to blink normally. I felt normal, just my eye was really red. And now this is probably day 5. Yeah, day 5 or 6. Well, it's going to be 6 soon because it's late at night. But now you guys can see like the redness is still slightly there, but it's not nearly as bad. Like as when I tell you like this whole eye was like red, like there was no whites in my eye. But I get it, you know, your eye is really important. You don't want to damage anything, especially for eyelashes. Is it worth free eyelashes, going to a doctor's office, having to pay, you know, for the ointments and all that? No, it's not. And if I did the research before I just went out, you know, and reached out to her, you know, I could have avoided all this. But I just want to inform you guys that it is a serious thing. It is your eye. It's nothing like eyelash. Like, I thought it would be like individuals or like strips, you know, just glue, and it's just a longer process because it's individuals. Like, each strand of your eyelash is getting an eyelash. So I didn't think of how severe it could really be, but it can really damage you. And luckily she was sanitary, because that's another problem. If you have an check, you can get like fungus and bacterial infections, and that can actually make your eyelashes fall off and like not grow back just because like it damaged the follicle too bad. So that's another thing. Like, I got a chemical burn, but there's always, you know, health and sanitation that goes into it. So definitely do your research. I'm not telling you guys don't do it. I personally probably won't, because that was my first time, and God, it was awful. So I probably wouldn't do it again, even if someone paid me. I just wouldn't want to go through that pain again. I'm just like one of those paranoid people. Like, if it's something bad happened to me, like, I won't do it again. Like, I can't like see myself, at least now, like where I'm at now in my mindset, I will not be doing eyelash extensions. But I know people who's done them for years and loves them and never had a problem. So I'm not telling you no to it. I'm just letting you guys know that it is a really serious deal that you're dealing with. It's not just getting fancy eyelashes for 4 to 6 weeks. It really damage your vision, your eye. Like, I was looking up stories, because you know when you're freaked out, do not go on Google, because Google always says like somehow you're gonna end up dead or something, like. And that's how it was for me, because I saw people that are like, oh, I went blind through eyelash extensions. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go blind. Like, I was just I was dramatic, okay? But no, it's really serious though, so I would definitely take like steps to know what you're getting into. Like, because I didn't. I really just thought, you know, oh, eyelash extensions, how harmful could it really be? You know, people's been doing it. I see pictures of it all the time. Like, how bad can someone really screw up? And it can, oh, I just spit a little. And it can really, you know, affect you. Like, I couldn't film, I couldn't drive, you know, like that slowed me down from like working and stuff, because I couldn't see out of one eye. So that just kind of like, you know, just really opened my mind to like being cautious and just like, you know, being knowledgeable about it. Like, I wish someone could have told me, so that's why I wanted to take my bad experience and just make it into an educated one, so that everyone could just like know and be aware of it. You guys are all adults, you guys will make your own choices. But that was my experience, and you know, my recommendations if you are considering getting it. Just do your research, just weigh out the pros and cons. I'm not trying to scare you by any means, but I will not be doing it again, like God knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time, and let me know if you guys did, so I can do more of them. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!